had a child who would cover his ears during group time when we were singing songs. He avoided certain play materials, especially sticky textures, and often seemed overwhelmed during group time activities and some experiences. These are characteristics of sensory processing disorder, a condition when the brain struggles to interpret and respond appropriately to sensory information. Do you have similar children in your classroom? I first learned about SPD, or sensory processing disorder, from my kindergarten mentor and supervisor, who explained that children with SPD may exhibit this type of hypersensitivity or discomfort in certain areas, or they might seek for sensory input. So SPD usually involves challenges in processing sensory input, atypical responses to sounds, textures, and light. For example, if the lights are flickering, this might cause mood change or even behavior issues in some children. According to unofficial statistics, it's estimated that about 5 to 16% of school-age children are diagnosed with SPD. Also important to note that it's not a formal diagnosis from the manual, so which makes it a little bit more challenging. Occupational therapy, particular sensory integration therapy, commonly used for children who display some SPD traits. What we can do as educators is to educate ourselves on what SPD is, to recognize those differences in brain, celebrate them, and of course make adjustments. So you might have a look at a 2020 review that discusses effectiveness of sensory integration therapy and maybe give you some tips on how to apply it to your curriculum. If you know some tips and tricks and some of them work for children who might have SPD, or you know that they do, can you post in the comments below, and we all can share the ideas on how to support children better.